And welcome back to my YouTube. Thank you. I want to let you know that many of Leonardo da Vinci's works are hidden within his works. You're going to see it, now I'm going to show you between proof number 24 on up. I'm going to break these down, and I'm not going to hopefully try to rush you as I did. I'll try to make them within a reasonable amount of time. Anyway, I'm going to show you that this woman is a younger woman. It is the same woman as me Dion right here. It is of one of Leonardo da Vinci's works. This is the Lost Diary, a registry. Every single thing you can ever dream of is in that painting I have found of Leonardo da Vinci's up to date. This is the younger Mona Lisa. She is absolutely magnificent, beautiful. The world knows a lot about her, and they're learning about the me Dion. Also learning about Leonardo da Vinci's love that he uses and keeps painting. Now I'm going to show you how he becomes such a hidden artist within his works. Okay, so we're going to get right to it, and please try to follow along. It is very difficult to try to explain this, so let me see if I can find the image in which would make it get this thing started. Okay, so this particular image has this icon right here. As you can see, this icon, which is the clown, it is a image that so happens to be located in here, but that's not entirely true. For the reason is because all his images in which you see before you, this is always being repeated in his works, from small to big, from big to small, and on top of each other over layers and layers. So this particular image is where his arm crisscrosses, and when you open it up, it becomes an X-ray. And in this X-ray, you're going to see how this is an eye, and it's laying down, a face looking up, and he's smiling, and he's on top, and he's smiling. So I'm going to show you how this particular image is metaphored into the Mona. You see this spear here? That's one of them, but it continues on and off the page. So let me do an overlay, and it's got to be larger. So I don't know if you can see this. It's even larger. And that's the area it would go in general for this purpose of this YouTube. But remember, this is everywhere. So is the statue. So is the buffalo guy. My YouTubes prove it. There's quite a bit of them, and I'm going to show you another little secret of Leonardo da Vinci that shows my man's crisscross arms. And these crisscross arms are, let's see where they are, right here. This is the Mona, and as you can see, his arms crisscross. He gives you to let you know, guess where I'm hiding. Because remember, I told you how Leonardo da Vinci makes his images move. Well, in the works of all the YouTubes, it will actually show my man move, and he moves here, and he moves here, and she moves in, and next thing you know, they're 360 degrees. He's everywhere. His arm moves up more. His arm moves over. It moves down. It continues. His legs get bigger and smaller. All factors. So when you end up taking this image and you overlay it, you're going to have a real close image See how his hand, whoops, I got to go down just a hair. See how his hand fits perfectly and how he fits across. She fits in the white spot here, and that's just Leo's way. It's his trick of letting you know where his hidden innuendos are in the painting. Now, for you to know also, if you look at the Mona Lisa's hands, he's into birds. Those are birds. Isn't that really cool? He actually shows you, like, where am I? Okay, so he's in here, here's his hand, here's his arm, goes across, and there's an arrow that actually pointing to him. Here's the arrow right here, which this is his arrow that he goes. Now watch, we're going to do it one more time. I'll let you know, and I'm not going to worry about rushing because we're just going to call it by the numbers. And that's what he does, is that he uses his image there. Okay, so he hides it in his works, and that's the way he does it, and that's where she is. And you can even see her eyes. Her eyes light up here. So I can't zoom in because I only got three hands, 2 hands. So I've needed them. Okay, so we're going to put this off to the side for a moment, and I'm going to show you something else. But let me show you the birds. You see the birds? Isn't that cool? Now those are lovebirds. He actually has a crown hat. Here's an eye, here's the mouth. He's on top of the other bird, and here's the bird, and they're making love. Leonardo da Vinci has the Mona Lisa making love with her hands as lovebirds. He loved animals a lot. Not only that, he has cat ears. Now, are they cat ears? Yes. But what else are they? They are owls. They're owls. He makes them into an owl. He makes them into a cat. And he continues with his works of his tricks. Okay, so we're going to put this off to the side. I'm going to show you something else that really gets pretty tricky. Okay, so I don't know how much time I have here, but I'm going to just continue. Okay, we're about a third of the way. If you take a look at, let's see, there's another particular image. This particular image doesn't look like much, but when you open it up and then you flip it, you see what's there? It's this image right here. It is the same as the Mona. See? What he does is that he loves her so much that he keeps making her. See how she will match from here to here in the darkness? Because, why? Because he wants to, because he loves her. He's just absolutely over obsessed with her. And we know that. Why? Why does the Mona follow you across the room? Because he repeats her so many times. He starts her from way over here, and you have just part of this shoulder coming in, or part of the mountain, and it just keeps going over and over and over and over and over off the page. And he'll do that 360 degrees until he finally builds the whole painting in multicolors. It's just Leo's way. So it's I'm just the messenger. I'm the messenger, and I need this to go viral. Hey, do you think you guys can subscribe for me? That would be nice. Hit that subscribe button before you forget. Also, here we go again on another image, and it's going to pertain to this image again, okay? Because we discussed this, and this is where it spells one of his lovers' names, Sully, S-U-L-A-I. Okay, S-U-L-A-I or S-A-L-A-I. Okay, now that particular image that we were showing you, this clown again is multiplied in here, and I don't know if you can see it. Now this is where your art ability is going to have to pay off. Okay, so we're going to just scoot that over like this, and I'm going to scoot this to where it's like this, and I'm going to have to just show you in general and see if you can catch along. This smiling face in a pointy hat, he's actually making love with this woman. Well, she lies here, she lies here, she lies here, and as you can see, there's rails that run through here. Well, when you're all done with this, he makes a bigger smiling face right here of him, and he runs up in an angle and comes on down. See the angle, how big? That's where he becomes. And so he starts real small, and it gets into these areas and goes bigger and bigger and bigger, and before you know it, he's off the page. You can see some of the lines. Because this particular image, I have learned, this is where it's going to get comical. Comical and hard to understand where I'm coming from, okay? Because if you pay attention to these factors, which is never going to be one thing, you see these lines that run across through here. That is one of his lines of corrections. So you got this line, then you have this V. So you have this line and this line and line, and you see these V's. So he shifts them and goes bigger and bigger and smaller and smaller. And in different poles, as I've been showing you of different poles of the Mona and the Dion and such, you'll see what how each layer, and you can have thousands of layers, are going to pull different images into something you're going, what is this and what are you talking about? So I believe I'm well over your head, but still nevertheless, if you also take a look in the 360, you can see the point running this way. And you'll see a pointy hat here with a guy this way. You can see. You can screen shoot this anytime and replay it. Now, my proofs from 1 to 24, I still have from 15 to number 19 to still come up for number 12, 13, and 14 to give you more better, but they are awesome. I like number 4, I love number 7, I love number 12, I love numbers 13 and 14, big time. I love them all, to tell you the truth, because I'll have some. But this one is extremely difficult to try to tell you, and I'm sorry if you didn't get it. But here's one of the layers in which been unchanged, and it is of a dog. This dog gets transformed into this particular image right here. This particular image actually has my man's face. See? Right here. My man's face right here, which is been in many of the YouTubes, is right here. So, side by side, those two are twins. So, right this little area is this little area that when you transform, my man comes out in his works. Leonardo da Vinci's very, very tricky. So, we're going to put this off to the side and see. Now, there's also this Salvator Mundi. Salvator Mundi. Wait a minute. We're going to, we'll get to Salvatore. As you see, the number 5. The number 5, which is an image, again, that's out of my painting. And this is the upside down image that we were just showing you of the, let's see here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This image is flipped upside down, and this image is out of my painting. And if you see how it looks like a number 5, well, it's not just a number 5, but as you can see over here, let me slide it over. It is a number 5. It's a backwards S, and it is a G. And it is one of my YouTubes again on those numbers in which I was talking about. You can see the 5. You can see the 5. But when you flip this, in his tricks, it becomes a G. Now, I don't know how you can see this, but let's see if you can. It is, you can see a G here, a little one, and you can see how the G comes up and goes. This is his trick. Now, you can rotate these. Let me see if I can do it. You can rotate these, and you'll see that he has a little stork. You can see there's a man up here. You can see how his images turn into looking like, here, let me give you an example. You see how there's an opening right here? An opening right here? Well, that don't mean nothing, but in a sense it does mean something, but it doesn't. Here it is. It is this particular image that we just pulled up of the Mona also. And it's this. I call it the backwards. You see it here? How it has this C here. Here's the C here. And this zigs up. Well, he does this zig up in stars, and this particular image in here is buried. I guarantee it's buried. It's just that you have to do a different pull. So here's the other pull. And as you pull, you do not even see the C. See, there's no C in here because it gets buried. Well, in many different ways. So we're going to go into another particular image. We're going to bypass that because I can't show you all the different pulls in such a short time frame. But this image is of Salvator Mundi. And out of Salvator Mundi, and if you take a look, you will see how he has this crisscross. Okay? And this is the X-ray of my painting. It has the crisscross. So he puts him hidden in my works. Let me see if I can reduce it. And maybe it shows up a little bit better. I don't know. But there's a crisscross in here that is the same as Salvator. That fits right in there. I don't know if that shows up that way better, or but I do believe you have seen what I have to offer, and I am out of time. So with that, I want to tell you, listen, wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask, subscribe, and subscribe to the channel of YouTube Kids. It is very safe for your loved ones, of your children, and pass the word on for YouTube Kids. They're very, very good people of the YouTube. Very smart, very, very protective, and I wish I could work for them in one sense. And maybe be taught by them, but maybe you can teach me. So don't forget, listen, I need this to go viral. I need some help from you guys. If I can, you're my brother, you're my sisters, you're my kids, and so with that, I want to say, listen, may God bless the whole world, the universe, the heavens, and don't forget, the younger Mona Lisa. This is the younger Mona Lisa right here, and this is the mid-age Mona Lisa, and then don't forget we have the older Mona Lisa, which is right here. And okay, and you have a good night. In Jesus' name, amen.